One of the things I really like about acrylics is the fact that you can just paint over them and not worry about what's underneath. It's not going to resolubilize and tint your top coat. Of course, you must let that undercoat dry first. But at any rate, here's what I'm really enjoying. I did this piece before and I'm not really happy with that bottom part. It's way messy and it's just not working. So I am going to show you my process of how I'm going to reformat this, change my composition a little bit, simplify and eliminate some things that are going to make this work a whole lot better. So here we go. I'm using the opaque gray to simplify my composition and eliminate any of those details that I don't like, things that aren't working or that I consider to be a distraction. And what I see that is going to happen here is I'm going to even further emphasize the floral parts of this and those colors that I just loved. I mean, that turquoise and orange together is like, oh, come on, it's to die for. So let's see what's going to happen next. And by outlining these wonderful little circular floral-ish things, whatever they are, it really lets them pop from the background. Before, they were too like matchy-matchy. They got lost. There was not enough contrast in the paint. Sometimes I will have to go back and redo a coat because what's underneath is still showing through, and that gives me a chance to even further clarify my composition, fix some things that I think aren't working, and just sort of adjusting as I go along. I feel like I still need to quiet down that orangey bicolored area because the flowers aren't standing out enough for me. So I'm going to try this peach color to see if that's going to work. I've got a lot of water in my brush, so I'm not getting a really nice coverage. And I don't know, I'm not so sure. I don't know, I think it's a little too bright. I don't know, not enough contrast for me. Let's see what I can come up with that's going to be better. Oh yeah, check out that teal. Two things are happening here. I am creating a lot more of contrast between the flowers and the colors in the background, and I'm also unifying the painting a little more because I'm using the teal color that I used in the center of the flowers. It gives me a chance to clean up that bottom edge and decide, do I want to make it bigger? Should it be, I don't know, I don't like how short it is on the edges. Kind of looks wonky to me. So I'm going to just futz around and see what's going to look the best and going to make me happy. So after blotting that turquoise, I don't know, I'm not real happy with how that looks. So I'm really paying attention to how things are working together on the painting. So when you see the video stop or no action happening, it's because I'm pondering what my next steps are going to be. And I think that that turquoise needed to be a little bit wider and evened out more. I'm much more happy with that bottom edge than I was before. Now I'm starting with what I refer to as the ditzing stage. I'm futzing around, adding some reinforcing of the black outlines because I think that's going to really help these pop. And I start adding some little details. On the right there you'll see my little container of the Posca markers, which are fabulous. They're opaque paint pens, so they go over the acrylic and cover what's underneath. So I'm just adding some funky little details to the flowers to just kind of give them a little, you know, some personality. They deserve a little bit of, what do you want to say? I don't know. Yeah, personality. Now I'm going back and just reinforcing some of that detail in the flowers themselves. The flowers are the focal point, so I want them to pop. I want them to be the first thing that you look at when you see this painting. I want to add some subtle details to the background, so I'm trying to decide which of my Posca colors that I want to use. And because they're a paint pen, you do need to shake them up to make sure that everything inside of that marker is actually mixed up. Otherwise, you won't get the coverage that you're looking for. So I'm just adding a few little tweaks here and there to bring out some more of the color and detail. So let's watch this unfold. And just because I like to go overboard, I took my little fluorescent orange fluid acrylic and just splattered some dots on there. I think the dots help to integrate the foreground with the composition. It brings everything together for me. What do you think?